What up, guys? Just to update what's going on, because I've been away. I'm in the middle of doing a lot of other things too, and I haven't made the time. I should make the time, but there's only one of me, you know? I'm going to be switching shifts, so yeah, I won't be working weekends anymore. So, I mean, I'm still gonna upload, but it's one of those things where it's like I have to adjust to the shift, and I don't know. I got to move some things around in my schedule, but one of our other teams needs a lot of help, so I'm going to go over there and help out for at least 6 months because they need a lot of staffing. I don't know why people are not coming into work, but they're losing people, and I volunteered. I went into the my production manager's office, and I said that I would be willing to switch shifts and help them because I just been doing overtime, and overtime doesn't really help. I don't think, because when I walk down when I'm on the shop floor and I'm walking around and I see everybody, all I see is my team like all doing overtime, and it's not really productive. So then there's even more work to do. I feel like on the weekends, and she's like she's like, you're gonna be making less money. I'll be like, yeah, I'll be making $2.40 less an hour. But nobody really helps us on our shift on the weekends for overtime, so I'll probably just work Monday through Saturday for a good portion of, I don't know, the next like 24 or 25 weeks. I typically have a second job during the spring, summer, and fall months, and I still got to manage to fit that in there too. So probably expect some some videos coming from me outside and stuff. Yeah, that's all good news. Probably doesn't sound like good news, but it is good news. Um, I really enjoy working on that shift anyway. They're very unproductive and slow, so it's one of those things where having me on that shift is gonna be a little bit more manpower over there, but it's a lot of it comes down to management and supervising, and I don't know. I like to be highly productive, and some people just like to collect a paycheck. So, and it really shows because we can just look at the numbers and see how much was put out and how much doesn't get put out. Our shift on the weekends are the most understaffed, but we put out the most numbers. So we have really good gel, we have really good teamwork, and we just work well with each other. I think during the weekdays, they tend to all think that they're the boss of everything, and they push their work off on everyone else. So it just seems like they're just putting a band-aid on cancer. But since those are our primary shipping days, it's really important that we get those get those numbers out, because there will be less work on the weekends if I'm working during the week, because I just love to work. I don't know if you guys know that about me, but yeah, I do. Moving on, next thing. Um, my wife was telling me that there's a subscriber that was asking what my channel is about, and I don't have anything that my channel is about. It's not about anything. It's generally about altruistic love and trying to better yourself. And well, for me, it's better myself, but when it turns into you guys looking at me, it's bettering yourself, I guess. But I don't know what people need to better themselves. I'm not some grand healer. I'm not some grand understanding or person that knows anything more than anybody else. But I know what I need to do to work on myself, and I feel as though I can portray those ideas in a way where we can all kind of work on ourselves together. Um, if there's things that you need to work on and you know you need to work on those things, those are the reasons why you're not better. So it's easy just to change the way you think about things and just start doing things that you don't usually do. I think people generally like to choose their comfortable life and over, being disciplined. Like for me, like I don't think that there's any one one major area that I can improve on that would make my life more significant to anything or anyone. But to me, like I like to make money, so like making money is it's not even an important thing to me, if that makes any sense. But it's one way that I can better myself is to make more money. There are things that I want to obtain in life. If you want to know my master plan, I started a company last year. It's called Lucky Pucks, and my main business partner backed out. He was the engineer that I was working with, even after we had prototype done. He just decided he didn't want to do it anymore. So here I spent $700 on a company, and he bought the domain, and the domain was like it was like $1. So, and I told him that I was gung ho for everything, and so was he. And then he just turns around and decided that he didn't want to do it anymore. And I said that's kind of made me upset. He did actually make me cry. I did get choked up and shed a couple tears, and I was just like, when somebody tells you that they want to do something and then they decide that they don't want to do it, that's completely okay. I don't feel like I'm out $700. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. It just means that I had to change with the winds and go in a different direction. So my master plan with my new company, I'm not changing the name because I love it. We were going to be making something for cannabis and CBD users, and I still have the prototypes and I still have all the information to get it done. But I think that I took that as a sign, as instead of just pushing through and going with my own idea, I wanted to originally I wanted to have a food truck. So I'm going to have a Lucky Pucks truck, and I'm going to blockchain my Lucky Pucks. So every single person that orders a meal will get a Lucky Puck, and they can essentially, get a free meal with that. If I were to just to give free food out of a food truck, I would be shut down by the government because you're not allowed to give something without getting something. I've seen so many people try to do things for the homeless and the hungry, and then they get shut down because it's unlawful to be kind like that. Well, there's a loophole. If I give away one of my coins, my pucks, they will in turn get a free meal. So if somebody gets it's no different than you go and get a punch card, or you go buy and get a buy one get one free. That's exactly what it is. The difference with the puck is I'm going to blockchain it and make it a cryptocurrency. So every coin, every puck, I don't have one on here with me, but when they're done and they're made, I'll basically just say, hey, here it is. So here's your meal and here's your puck. So you can go ahead and give that puck to somebody, and then they can get a free meal. So it's a one way to feed the hungry, because I've been homeless before. It's tough life on the streets, So that's what that is, and that's my master plan. And as soon as I get my truck going, another thing, it's gonna take money. I could easily right now make a GoFundMe, and people would probably buy my truck for me. But I've never been one to ask for help, so I'd rather do more overtime, continue saving. I could liquidate my stocks and just go buy one too. I could have one tomorrow. I could go ask for a loan and then get proof for a loan and go buy one tomorrow. I want it paid for. So if I get a new whip, it's gonna be a food truck, because one of the things I just absolutely love doing is cooking. It's one of the things I'm a master at and I'm exceptional at. As a matter of fact, today I'm planning on, after this winter storm, I'm going over to my sister's house, and this has been planned for a week. I'm going to teach her how to cook a steak, and I'm going to teach her how to make risotto. So those are two of my favorite dishes to make. I think we're making a rosemary basil lemon risotto, and I'm going to show her to make a steak. And to make a steak, you only need 5 or 6 things. You need a good steak cut. So I'm going to get a ribeye, with some decent amount of marbling, and then you put it in salt and pepper, and you let it get to room temperature before you cook it. Then obviously I would be grilling, but it's Minnesota, so I'm going to cook it in a cast iron. You get the pan super hot, and you let it sizzle on one side, and then you render the fat on the edges. This locks in all the juices. This locks in all the flavors. You're not going to need to put A1 or ketchup or season it with all sorts of things and marinate it and just take away from the actual meat flavor itself. and then you cook it, and then you flip it, and then you let it rest for 10 minutes, and then it's perfect. A medium rare steak. And you can ask my wife. She's probably more of a foodie than anyone I've ever met, and she doesn't lie when it comes to food. She won't let me. Whenever we're at a restaurant and we order steak or something, and it just doesn't meet my standards, uh, we just don't go out for steak because they just can't cook it the right way. And you're going to go sit there and pay $50 for a steak, and it tastes like I can make an $8 steak taste like a $50 steak, and it's just the way it's cooked. It's how you execute those 5 or 6 steps. And I don't understand why some people can't make steaks, or they. And if you make a medium well done, like you're not eating a steak the right way. So it's got to be cooked medium rare, so you have all those juices, and I don't know, they're not blood. It's not bloody. It's like maybe I'll take a picture and I'll upload it, or maybe I'll cook for you someday. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing for Saturday. Um, I also have a painting that I'm going to show you. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight, but I'm going to show you tomorrow. And it's one that I purchased from one of my fellow painters. It's a $100 painting, and she's absolutely amazing at what she does. And I showed her. I sent it to my sister because I don't have her phone number. She's like 12 or 13, and it's her best friend's or roommate, whatever, daughter, and she's an absolute stellar artist. And I sent this painting over to my sister to have Carly make, and I got a picture of it the other day, like a month ago, and I haven't had a time to even go visit her. So like, I'm really excited for this painting too. So, and it's a picture that it was actually on my background of my phone for about I don't know, better part of a year last year, and it's absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to show it to you. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, and that's what's this week entails. I don't know. I have to finish off my schedule for on my current shift. I'm going to be doing overtime as well, but it basically comes down to like at the start of the next pay period, I believe that I'm going to be switching shifts. So that's going to happen. I don't know what today's the 28th. I think the pay period ends on the 7th. So I think it might be as soon as even a week, but sometimes HR moves slow, so it might even be another paycheck that'll be on weekends, but yep. So Laura, if you watch this video and I told you I have a surprise for you, that's my surprise. You'll get to be working with me for just six months at least, because I have to switch for a minimum of 6 months. But it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I enjoy working with your team. But they need to crack the whip more. Everyone thinks that everyone's their own boss on that shift, and Adam kind of made you guys. I don't know. No easy way to say it, but he couldn't manage he couldn't manage a garage sale, a pencil sharpener, or a gumball machine. The guy's terrible. He's a good person, and that's one thing that bothers me about people, especially Minnesotans. When you like somebody and you want to be passive aggressive, and you want to be nice to them, and you can't actually be nice to them because they make your job harder. How do you like somebody that makes your job harder? If you look at your job where you work at, or in the past, everyone has worked with somebody that makes their job harder. Or you go over and you start helping in their area and doing what they do, and then they get on their phone and they stop working. It's like, dude, I'm over here helping you. I'm going out of my way. I still have my job to do, and I'm over here helping you, and you just don't care. It's not even a thank you. It's just, all right, well, I guess since you're helping me, I can stop working now and I can go on my phone. And it's just one of those things where there's a give and a take. So I want to give some more to the team, and I'm going to be making better part of almost $2,000 extra a month. So just because the amount of overtime I'll be putting in, because I am going to be making less money, but I'll be putting in a lot more hours. But in order to make dreams come true, you gotta hustle and you gotta grind to make stuff happen. So that's going on, and that's kind of my update of what I've been working on, and that's pretty much what 2021 is going to be until what I'm going to be doing until like basically August 28th. So luckily I've been at my company for such a long time that I get a substantial amount of PTO every check because it's going to overlap on Coral's 30th birthday, which is the 9th of August. So either I'm gonna liquidate all my PTO and we're gonna go up to Alaska and watch the Aurora Borealis because that's kind of what we want to do, or I'm going to switch back to my shift and then we can just not have to use our PTO because our shifts will be synced up. So, yep, that's kind of the update for Audio Buffet Podcast. I'm going to be working on a lot of things, and I wish I had more time in a day to do the things that I want to do, and I just don't. So I'm gonna have to be more organized with my time and work on my time management. So that's one way I can improve and make things happen for me. But yeah, with that said, I have some chores I have to take care of, and then I want to jump online for at least an hour or two because, again, I neglect my team. I was supposed to be online last night, and we went out for sushi. Oh, I love sushi. It was so good. I probably ate like $80 worth of yellowtail sashimi. It was so good. So yeah, that's it. And take care. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.